Hello everyone, it's Scott O'Mato back for part 8 of my deep dive series on the Dooglamoo Cities mod for Minecraft. Now, we have made some progress in creating resource industries, which are some of the first ones that you'll create. We've made videos on the farm and on the ranch and on the lumber mill. Now, I do want to show I'm over here in the grid world. And I do want to show that each one of these follows the same pattern of the 14 by 14 blocks that are surrounded by areas. So that's really the grid pattern for these 32 by 32 industries. And these are all of the 32 by 32 industries beside the quarry, which covers the whole 4-chunk area. And we'll look at that one a little later. But for now, once you've built up these industries, you will quickly start to gather tons and tons of resources. So tons of crops. And once you've fed your animals, then you'll get a lot of drops from them. And you'll get lots and lots of wood and saplings from your farm. So we need a way. Each one of these blocks just has a single chest inventory. It has an inventory that it gathers the blocks, the things that it plants, and the things that it harvests, puts them in its internal inventory, but it's only the size of a single chest, so it will quickly fill up. So we need a way to pull items from each one of these blocks. And later on, we'll look at putting them into a warehouse. But for this video, we're going to look at the distributor block. And you'll notice that the ranch here has no food for the animals now. So the animals can't be bred, and it will tell us that. It will let us know that it's missing carrots and wheat, or carrots and wheat and seeds. It'll let us know in chat that it's missing those. Now, we could put them in there manually, of course, and really you can get away with just putting a stack or so in, especially at the beginning, to provide plenty of animal products for that. But the easiest and the thing that you're going to want to do in the long term is use this block called the distributor. All right, and the distributor is just 4 cobblestone and a chest. Now, it's a block that is different than most mods in the sense that it is a wireless inventory management system. It's a distributor in the sense that will take the items that you've put into it, you've configured it. Think of that as a filter. So if I were to put wheat in here, a single piece of wheat, then that's telling it to gather a stack of this wheat. It's going to act somewhat like the cheater block, which we went over in an earlier video, and make a whole stack out of this single piece of wheat. And it can take those items and send them to other blocks that request them. All right, so if we put carrots and seeds in here as a configuring filter, think of it as a filter. See, it gathered those from the farm to fill out the whole stack. It does 8 at a time, I believe, or the distributor could do a whole stack at a time, but it pulls it over to here when it's requesting. You may not see it in the inventory because it immediately goes out to feed the animals. All right. But the concept is that this maintains a link between the block over there, the farm, is linked to the ranch over here. And so it provides it the items that it needs. And it could work the same with the lumber mill. This block has a range of 85 blocks, which is kind of an interesting number. I'm not sure where we actually get that. Okay, so the ranch is saying it's low on seeds now. So we've got seeds configured, they just haven't gotten pulled in the update yet. So we have enough seeds here for that to pull over into this distributor block, and I could increase the tick rate just so that we can see it do it. It shouldn't take very long though. But let me just do tick rate 100. And there we go. So there's the seeds that have been pulled over. And now they'll be pushed. What few seeds are needed, they're requested in real time. Basically, this ranch will say, I need some seeds to feed the animals, and it'll provide just a few seeds, just enough for it to do the initial feeding. And so that takes care of the items that these need. And it does so wirelessly and somewhat intelligently, but you do want to build up a supply of items before you place the distributor block. All right, so you want your farm to run a little while. Now you could see that this one's pretty much full. And okay, now this is interesting too, that we've had a drought in the farm. I didn't intend to mention this in the video. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and deal with this and use this footage for another video because I didn't intend to deal with that in this video. Okay, guys, so I restored water to the farm and recorded some, so I'll include that in another video. But here I want to deal with, again, the distributor. So for the farm itself, you're going to get a lot of wheat that you can't use in the farm itself. Okay, the farm itself can't use wheat. That's just an end product. It does need a certain amount of seeds, and depending upon the ratio that you choose for how much wheat you want to plant to how much carrots to how much potatoes will determine how you keep these in here. And then the poisonous potatoes is another thing that you don't need in the farm. That's an end product. So for the distributor, you can balance out how many items are contained in the distributor by copying a number across here. Now you want to obviously keep some in the farm. Really the wheat, as I said, is an end product, so it doesn't matter. But keep in mind that each one of these that you place in, it's going to fill the whole stack. So right now it's going to pull these 8 stacks with the 9th one there. And then the carrots, the same way, we can have it pull, let's say 4 stacks of carrots, and you can see it updated to pull those. And then all the poisonous potatoes up to, a stack, and then we'll get some regular potatoes as well. So regular potatoes, maybe we want to plant more, so we'll just do 2 stacks of those, for instance. And we'll keep the 1 stack of seeds until we get up enough of a ratio. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 3 stacks. We did 4 stacks of carrots, so we'd have 1 stack. And we did, let me check that again to be sure. Yeah, and 2 stacks of potatoes. So we would be left with 2 stacks there. So that's how you would pull multiple items out. And then quickly I'm going to show you the survey tool, and you could see the hearts there. So crops were transferred over to here, although we don't see them into the inventory. They are transferred over here, and so the animals are being bred. And that's because of the wireless transfer of the goods between them in the distributor block. Now there is an item called the survey tool, which is made with a book and quill, an empty map, and some yellow dye, dandelion yellow dye. And it will give you some information on the distributors that are set up. So it'll show you the range of the block, which, by the way, the distributor is a 16 by 16 block. So you can see that I have it in a different chunk than this ranch itself. It just uses the single chunk, whereas these use a 4-chunk area. But it will show you the distributor is 14 meters away and it's 46% full, and we haven't gotten into the economy part yet, so there's not any money in it. And this is the same way I'll show you that the distributor is 17 meters away, which is 17 blocks. It's 46% full, and it has no money. This one will tell us that it's 34 blocks away. You can go up to 85 blocks away. So that's going to be the basics for the distributor. We'll continue to do several videos on parts of it as it relates to different blocks, and then as we build networks in a city, because it's a very important block, but it's not so hard to understand if you just realize that it's basically an in and out wireless transmitter receiver, and it's two-way. So it could, if we did run out of seeds here, then it should provide seeds to here, but we want to keep some in the inventory to control the ratio of the farm. So we do keep some in the inventory to control ratios, but it's basically a two-way communication device. And next we'll look at the warehouse, which is how that we can pull out these items and store them, because this again has just a single chest's worth of inventory, but it also has those special properties of being able to supply other blocks. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if the description is clear, if you're understanding this block, if you have any trouble with it. I'd be happy to answer questions. Or if I got anything wrong, please let me know. And please leave a like on this video and some feedback so I know how I'm doing. And I do appreciate you guys watching. And this is Scott O'Mato. Have a great day. Bye-bye.